Jones gets back to football ahead of Big Blue's divisional showdown with Washington tonight. Nick had the Giants all the way at the bottom of his NFL tiers yesterday and pointed to Danny Drops Jones as a big reason why. Jones has lost the most fumbles through 28 games since they started tracking the stat. As Nick would say, that ain't great. But Broussard, Giants fans should feel blank about Danny Dimes Jones entering tonight's game versus Washington.
Queasy, Jenna, queasy. Because his play has been nauseating. It's just as simple as that. And I like Danny Dimes when I first saw him his rookie year. He did a few nice things. But my goodness, he's struggled mightily lately. And they've added the pieces to help this kid out. They went out and got Kenny Golladay at receiver. In free agency, they drafted Kadarius Toney in the first round. Saquon Barkley is coming back, although he's questionable for this game. That's another thing you got to worry about. But Danny Dimes has to get it going. It's just as simple as that. The question they're wondering in New York is for all his physical abilities. He's fairly athletic. He can throw the football. Is he a winner? Because not only has he I'm not sure what he did in prep school, but he hadn't won at 2 levels. So that's the big question in New York. The good news, he's 4-0 against the Washington football team. So if he can't beat Tyler Heineke and a team he has owned, yes, I said owned during his pro career, then Giants fans are going, as Nick said yesterday, I think they may be on the Spencer Rattler watch for Danny Dimes.
Yeah, and by the way, great juxtaposition by our producers there, putting an all-time fumbling of the bag by Dennis Schroeder right next to the all-time fumblingest fumbler I've ever seen fumble in Daniel Jones. And I told you that his rookie year, when America was on remember the 2-week Daniel Jones apology tour when all of us mocked the pick? And then he came in and was good for 2 quarters. And all these folks on television, these cowards, were like, oh, my Daniel Jones, I'm sorry. You know who stood firm? Said, sorry, not sorry? This guy. Because I watched him fumble the ball 7 times in the preseason, his rookie year. Watched him start fumbling the ball away his rookie season, during the regular season, last year when he had more fumbles than touchdown passes. You can't. Broussard's wondering, can he win? I'm wondering, can he hold on to the football? So Giants fans should feel jealous. And you might say, jealous? Wilds, here's why. They're going to watch a football game on national television tonight where the other team has the better quarterback, and that man's name is Taylor Heineke. I would wager, and I will wager via our good friends at Fox Bet, that Taylor Heineke looks better, plays better, and has better numbers tonight than Daniel Jones does.
Wow.
Last year, there were 3 quarterbacks worse than Daniel Jones that were everyday starters. Locke, Wentz, Darnold. What do all 3 have in common? Well, 2 of the 3 are on new teams, and Locke is no longer the starting quarterback. So you've got the Washington backup tonight, Wilds, will be a better quarterback than the 6th overall pick, Giants starter Daniel Jones.
Okay. The looks better part I don't know about. I find Daniel Jones to be a handsome guy, but I like that that's part of your rationale. All right, here's my answer. Aggressive, Jenna. As Broussard said, they're 4-0, so take some chances here. Jason Garrett, last game, 17 first downs. They ran the ball 9 times. They gained 26 yards. Let Daniel Jones air the thing out a little bit. And I want him to hold on to the ball. As we know from a year working with Brandon, ball security is job security, yours and mine. If Chase Young comes around the edge and knocks the ball out of your hand, all right, I would be okay with that. But the fumble he had last week was Lamar Jackson-esque when he's diving forward for an extra yard on a first down. He's trying to get 9 yards instead of 8. Buddy, that is just a dumb play. You do it again, lap it up. There's got to be more laps, I think, because he's fumbled so much, not enough laps. You're going to be running around the Meadowlands for 2 days.
Ball security, job security, yours and mine. Back talking week 2 as we head into it. Which one of these quarterbacks is under the most pressure Entering the week, Broussard's got a list cooked up. He will share it with us next. First things first.
An $80 million plus contract from the Lakers because he thought he could get a better deal elsewhere. Turns out he was very wrong. Ended up signing with the Celtics for about $6 million. That led to a wealth of jokes at his expense. So he decided to go the other way. Say, you know what? I welcome the jokes. It's my birthday. So air it out. You can air me out. I want to put this stuff behind me. And everyone said, you know what? Good for you, Dennis. You've really embraced it. And I agree, because nothing embraces the fact that you lost, let's say, about $74 million. Then posing in Dior sneakers, a bunch of Dior luggage, a Bugatti, and a Rolls Royce. Yeah, I'm sure he's totally fine with fumbling the bag. That's why this ostentatious display of wealth and luggage is letting me know. So congratulations. I'm sure you're cool with it. You totally got me fooled. I buy it. You don't mind it at all. Let me just get in my Bugatti here and the luggage goes in the front. Sure.
While Drew Broussard, because you guys both have done some NBA reporting, is he also suing Rich Paul for not taking money when Rich didn't represent him, or is that only a Nerlens thing? I don't know. Is that like, how's that one work? I'm not sure. Is Clutch getting sued for that one?
Another marionette.
Or no?
You're gonna get two marionette
Suddenly
things.
the
Keep talking
reporter.
about Nerlens.
Reporter's asking questions. All right, we're drawing a blank. Look, that's what it says. Talking Giants. First things first, all eyes on Dak and Big D after DeMarcus Lawrence broke his foot. Does the Cowboys season rest solely on Dak's shoulders? One of them probably a little more injured than the other. Daniel Jones and the Giants taking center stage tonight against Washington. Is Danny's future with Big Blue on the line? And Chris Broussard dropping knowledge, as my 6-year-old just learned to say. Broussard with his own list of who's under the most pressure heading into week 2. Good Thursday morning, everyone. Welcome to First Things First. Jenna Wolf alongside Nick Wright and Kevin Wilds, and the guy with the list, Chris Broussard. Nick, Broussard's on your corner. He's rooting for Mahomes. He's making a list. I don't even know what's next. He's infringing on your space.
You know what? I'm just wondering if I even have a place on this show anymore. Broussard's making lists. Wilds has raided my closet wearing my exact sport coat look. Like, what's happening, Jenna? What is happening to this show right now?
I was told not to discuss anyone's Blazers, and we just start right there. No, we don't. We actually start this morning with some really interesting water cooler talk out of the NBA, which, by the way, starts in just over a month already. Can't believe the season's right here. So we're talking about Kyrie Irving as he continues to work his way back from ankle surgery this offseason. Nick, you reported this last night. You tweeted there are a handful of Kyrie trades that potentially make sense for the Nets. Kyrie's agents have made it known that Kyrie would simply, quote, retire from the NBA if Brooklyn were to trade him. Well, Kyrie saw this, responded to this with that right there, a puppet. To which you then responded, Kyrie, if you're saying you didn't say you'd retire if you were traded, then your beef is with your representation, not with me, because you and I both know that's what they have told people. So, Nick, busy night on the old Twitter for you. Take us through what you're hearing.
Yeah, Kyrie. I mean, listen, I really didn't appreciate him interrupting the rare Wednesday night date night I had with my wonderful wife, but listen, occasionally I put on the journalism hat, and by the way, I might start putting it on more often. For every list Chris Broussard makes, I'm going to break a story. How about that? A little tit for tat, my friend.
Oh, that's what we're
See how you like it. Shoes on the other foot. That actually probably is not true because I occasionally practice some journalism, but that's not really the lane. Yeah, that's not really the lane I live in. But everything I said is absolutely 100% accurate. And I want to make this clear. The Nets were not calling around shopping Kyrie Irving. But as teams are, very frequently do in the offseason, around the draft, after the draft, they call